Want to see Aquaman, dust the shirt. We'll see how it goes. Early show. First, I didn't want to see it because of the trailers, but I heard it's weird and well done. Two of my favorite things, weird and well done. So, let's see what happens.
Nice.
Are we doing it? You want to say what you think it's going to be before?
Aquaman. Well, I heard it's got potential, but based on DC history, 75.
We're just saying, what do you think? What do you think it's going to be before it starts?
At least a 90.
Wow.
90%.
Wow.
Because Aquaman looks good.
Tops up.
Sneak peek. Is this movie good?
I haven't seen it yet. There's my one, I-9, 10, 11.
There he is. See how he's like got that gap in his eyebrow? I bet you that.
Whenever you're ready.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, I want your trident to come up. I want the trident to come up.
What?
Did you see?
Aquaman.
What did you see?
We saw Aquaman.
Is that what you saw?
We saw Aquaman.
Which one? The Aquaman, the movie.
Aquaman the movie.
Okay.
Don't see it. Wait, don't. If you must see it, wait for it to come on TV somewhere. It just started, bad script from the beginning. Storyline was completely predictable, so I would say it's kind of a bad storyline as well. The only thing that was executed well was ILM's visual effects. I don't like the style, but of course they always execute well. And Jason Momoa composed.
Mimosa. Or Momoa or Mimosa.
Jason Momoa.
Okay.
I like
Jason Momoa.
You like mimosas?
And here's the thing. I would say the acting was bad, but I don't think I can blame the actors because William Dafoe wasn't good in this movie, and William Dafoe is great.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nicole Kidman's great. I mean,
so it's like I can't blame them for the acting, but it felt like bad acting. But I can't, who knows how it was edited? Gratuitous violence. There was a couple of chase scenes that were nice.
Took my point.
I took your point because it was good. But I mean, the chase scenes were good. There was a secondary villain that was unnecessary and poorly done, and I don't know what I was watching. Except for like it was great. It's great for like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, that thought came to mind.
Except
like,
it's too
little
violent.
Kids will really like
if you
this
take
a
out the
lot.
violence, 15-year-olds will love it.
Yeah.
But
This first thing that came to my mind was the dialogue was like really off. Like, wow, I couldn't believe it. And then the acting wasn't that great either. I mean, other than Nicole Kidman and Dolph.
she likes Dolph.
I do, but
Who doesn't?
I just was like, just so disappointed. I was just really shocked at how not good it was. I mean, the fight scenes were pretty cool, but then they were drawn out and not good. Not good.
I didn't buy the chemistry with the love interest.
Yeah.
Didn't
Chemistry,
buy it.
yeah.
And it was like
just not matched well.
didn't buy the
Not good.
didn't buy the I'm not a king. king. You know, I'm a king. You know,
Ocean Master.
Oh
Like
my
it was
God.
just so forced or something. Like
and you know,
yeah,
like
it's just
the kingdoms. The Atlanteans look like humans. The Fisherman Kingdom looked like fish. The Brine Kingdom looked like crabs. Like
yeah, the kingdoms.
Oof.
Oof. Oof.
oofa.
All right, what's the score? You guys go score it? or
Well,
no?
yeah, I'm
Zeros? What's going on here?
Zeros.
60%.
60%.
I give 50% for ILM's, you know, well executed CG, and also for Dolph.
Huh. I don't know all about those fancy things, but I just give it a 50. A 50.
Wow.
50.
Damn.
Sorry.
All right, here you go. Here, let me come around for the light. I'll get the light right. It was bad. Like, not good. Let's see, where do I start? So right off the bat, they let you know, hey, this is not an intellectual film. It's like, turn your brain off immediately. So the first
No thinking required.
the first words out of these characters' mouth is, it is supposition. Like, we're gonna tell you the story through our characters' dialogue. That we are not gonna show you the story, we are gonna tell you what is happening. Because it is so dense with stuff that we need to do that. Because if we don't do that, you're not gonna have any idea what's happening. And yeah, I might have preferred to not have any idea because, whoa. So, the dialogue is written completely asinine. So on one hand, you have these underwater, you know, separate communities, right? Which aren't developed at all. Like, what do they do? How do they hang out?
There's just a name to them.
How do they go to the bathroom? Why do they have hair? Who cuts their hair? What's going on here? The bad guy has one focus, purely to take over and to wage war. Why? They polluted the ocean, so we're gonna murder them. I'm gonna slaughter every person. And that's gonna be my singular focus throughout.
Pick up your trash or die.
Or if you litter, it's over for you. It's literally a movie about I'm gonna kill everyone for littering. Which, hey, maybe, I mean, they introduced these pirates that have futuristic technology, yet they're going, don't talk about my pirating in a serious manner. Oof, bad. Ooh,
Even the facial expressions
Ooh.
are so exaggerated.
over the top. You know, I was told it was weird. Yes, it is weird. But it's not weird because it's good weird. It's weird because it's just weird and bad, and they don't explain shit in a great way. It's terrible. It's terrible. There's no, like, so, like, why are they having an interaction and, like, she's using slang jargon from, like, the streets of, like, wherever he's from, Boston, whatever, Maine, I don't know where he's from, and I don't know why he's from where he's from. I don't know anything about his childhood, how he was raised up. I know, like, these little snippets that are supposed to explain everything. They're supposed to have emotional resonance. No emotional resonance for me. I didn't connect at all. Didn't connect with their love affair. You know, I would compare the emotionality in this to, like, WWE, like bad WWE.
Really
Like
bad.
the storytelling was like bad WWE, right? Like, hey man, I don't like you.
More like WCW.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's like the whole mentality of this movie. And I think I would have got more emotionally connected if the two leads were doing a porno film. I think I would prefer that. I think I would much prefer.
Spiced it up a little bit.
I would have paid $15 to see that. I mean, this was just, I mean, look, there's an obligatory, like, this is, all right, so terrible, I give it a 50. I give it a 50, and I give it a 50 just simply because there's a lot of skilled people working on this. You could tell some of the effects, and there were some interesting ideas. Like they did like a tricorder, like from Star Wars. You know how they have the little hologram? They use water to make the which makes no fucking sense. But we're just gonna say it's magic, right? And none of that's explained, by the way. All right, so that's it. Now I'm gonna do spoilers. What?
Oh, no spoilers.
What?
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do spoilers.
Very good.
So, oh, it was terrible. Okay, so it makes no sense. Any of this movie, most of this movie makes no sense to me. So, he grows up, he's like this dude, he's being Aquaman, right? By the way, check the shirt, right? It's Aquaman shirt. I should throw the shirt away, burn it. So he's supposed to be this Aquaman, this meta is saving people, blah, 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 blah. Then they attack this Russian submarine. He knows the people on the submarine.
He knows Russian.
He knows Russian. He knows the people. He saves them.
And he knew the submarine was under attack.
Hold on. Then he must have left that submarine because later in the movie they use that submarine to attack. That's the submarine that they used to attack. So somehow he didn't, even though he beat the shit out of everyone, they shooting bombs in the submarine, all this shit. They used that same submarine to attack, to make it
He
look
just
like
left the submarine.
Dude, oh my God, it was bad. The pauses between I'm the ocean master, I'm the king, I'm Aquaman, just, oh, the mom's not dead. Shocker. What? I mean, are you kidding me? They spent hundreds of millions of dollars to promote this and make this movie. Terrible. Why would you give the writer of Clash of the Titans 2 another shot at it? I mean,
I've never seen a movie so bad that the company invested so much money into. Like, I would expect it if they spent $100,000 on the movie.
bro, like, I just don't even understand it.
Laura can't even. She's like out.
At one point in the movie, somebody stood up, walked out, presumably to go to the bathroom. They came back. I thought they were walking out because it was terrible.
I thought he was the bravest man in the room, and he was leading the exodus. 'Cause I'm like, we're all looking at each other like,
wait, should we leave? I mean, we're just through the movie. We're laughing at the dialogue that's being said. I mean, just terrible. I mean, there's a kiss scene, and they circle around them in the water. First of all, the kiss scene makes no sense. They have no chemistry whatsoever, and there's this kiss
aren't they
scene.
kissing like in the middle of a battle?
In the middle of a battle, they circle around them, and as they're kissing, the trident starts to raise up, and I'm thinking, if they're doing that on purpose, this is the best part of the entire movie. His trident is raising full attention. By the way, I don't want to be the king. I don't want anything to do. I don't want anything to do with anything. Oh wait, now I got the thing. Now I've like won the battle. I want to be king. I want to be king now.
This is going to be fun.
What am I gonna do? You're gonna be their king. You're gonna be a hero. Oh, what's better than being a king? What's more important than being a king? Being a hero.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. The music plays. Oh, it's bad. Oh, and it's like you can't even watch this like as like a hate watch. You can't. It's just not even worth it. Don't even go. Just like tell them. And people are liking this. We're over.
Just keep going.
Just don't. Okay, don't watch the movie. Don't see it. It's bad. It's stupid.
The dialect alone. The dialect.
Plus, when you're here.
There she goes.
The script will take you out of the movie. Somebody early on will say something, and you're like, "Wait, hold on, that's right, I'm watching a movie," and that's what makes it hard to watch because I feel like I'm watching a movie. I never once felt like I was there, and there was also something about how they did the underwater and they were talking.
Oh, you said ILM did a good job. There were scenes that looked like worse than video games.
The euthification when they went,
Oh.
that was not good. His dad with the wig and the huge white teeth, and the over smooth skin, and
Yeah, it was bad. It was just bad. I don't even know what. I mean, there's nothing else to say, really, right? I mean, what?
listen, I could explain everything that was wrong with the film.
Mm-hmm.
If I just like sat there and watched it again and just rewrote it, but I'm not watching it again.
Right.
So
No, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much wrong that we can't get it all right. The gratuitous, like, cutting people's limbs off, stabbing people, people getting cut. By the way, he's bulletproof, but all of a sudden, his Black Manta's dad's knife cuts him.
works.
Right.
Why? Is it a magic knife?
I think he stabbed him in a spot where he stabbed him already.
Dude, makes no fucking sense. Although I thought some of the action was cool. I
That's what
did.
I'm saying.
It was cool.
That chase scene in
It sh-
Italy, that was.
It should not have been in this movie. Or
That's where they spent the money.
yeah.
They didn't spend the money on the writers.
Bro,
Sadly disappointing.
yeah, I don't want to be.
Sadly disappointing.
Look, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of cool, interesting ideas they had, but I would just say, like, as another film, like as a filmmaker, aspiring filmmaker like myself, like I wouldn't have made this movie. I would have been like, yo, I'm not.
Take that script and just
Yeah.
flush it down the
Darn it.
toilet.
Right.
Rewrite it.
Let them have a conversation.
And this is the thing: if you're working in a studio, and I'm not a believer of letting the studio be involved in a film, but if I'm the studio, I'm really being like, I'm not gonna write a check with that script. I'm not gonna write that check, and the producer should have done that. Now, who knows the circumstances that had the producer
I can't
push
believe it
that,
got past the
and how the
room. They
director
actually-
and that
It's
they were like,
just so bad.
there's so many
bad things.
bad things about it, but there's so many good writers out there. Somebody had to be like, I can make this a story.
So the last battle starts happening, and I'm like, why are we watching this? Why does this matter? Why do I care about any of this?
And why is it a battle? Like that last battle?
why is it
why
a-
are we fighting?
Right. What's
Because
going on?
they went to all the other kingdoms and they talked to the king, and one king they killed him.
Right.
But now, like, it went from kings meeting
You know
kings
what-
to all of a sudden we're now at war. Wait, how did that happen?
Right. And you know what would have been
And by the way, it's like a traditional war where everybody agrees we'll come together on the field and we'll fight each other. It's not like a sneak attack.
You know what I like to see? Making Aquaman have to bang all the other fish chicks. Like, I want to see him like having to bang one of the crab chicks. Like, oh well, you want to be king? You got to. Here's my daughter right here. Like, you got to bang the crab chick or the little princess, the fish princess. Like, hey man.
And here's another disappointing thing. They did
This movie is
mention
bad sushi.
they did bad sushi. I like it.
Yeah,
I see
right.
what you did
Rotten
there.
fish.
They
Okay.
they did mention how he defeated Steppenwolf, but they didn't say there was no Easter eggs. There was no Batman. There was no Flash. There was no Superman.
There is a mid-credit stinger, right? Which was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta see this. You gotta see my face for this part. This dude's in a suit. He gets thrown around, busted through like a mountain, all this stuff. He slams into a mountain. He runs down a hill, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the movie, he's alive.
No. Right. He falls down the mountain.
After he gets a boulder hit in the
Right.
face with a
He-
boulder,
yeah.
through
He fall-
a house.
Through a house, and then he rolls down the hill and lands where the waves crash. Next thing you know, he's floating on a large piece of wood
Right.
in the middle of the
Totally
ocean.
fine. Dude, trainer, you're covering the mic, I think, but dude, terrible. Now, they did have some fan service. They showed us the characters how they look in the comic books, which I'm sure some fans will like. But dude, so just to recap, terrible dialogues,
Predictable story.
completely predictable,
Bad acting.
bad acting, gratuitous violence, the emotionality of professional wrestling, and yeah, I mean just laughable. Jason Momoa can pose. There you go. All right, peace and love. We got Nothing. That's about appropriate. I mean, that's about how I feel about this. Nothing.
And how did the pirate take this?
Oh, ridiculous.
cutting-edge
Ridiculous.
technology?
Ridiculous. MacGyver. The MacGyver scene. The Iron Man scene. That was completely pointless. Why did we? Let's spend 10 minutes with the dude. Let's spend 10 minutes with the dude making the thing. Because you know why? Because it couldn't just the suit they gave him couldn't just be that.
But you got to do those scenes for the good guys, not the bad guys.
Yep. And then how did he meet it? How did they meet that dude, the Mantis, the black? I'm the Black Mantis. What? Horrible.
This is where DC just says surrender.
Yeah. It's gonna make you think if it makes money.
When's the last time you seen any bad movie like that?
The last
They've been
one.
making bad ones.
The last one
Oh,
was bad.
really? Oh.
Justice League. Did you like Justice League? Did you like Justice League?
No.
I thought Batman vs Superman is probably the best one of these last.
Well, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was the best
Yeah,
one.
that was good.
Wonder Woman was
Gotta
great.
give
And then
that.
before that,
Did they change writers or directors?
Oh,
Yeah, they had a great woman director who fought for what she wanted. And
Okay.
what are you saying?
I was saying, before that, it was Dark Knight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, those were Man of Steel has never looked so good. I'm serious. I honestly, I feel like Man of Steel is better than every movie they put out except for Wonder Woman. And they were like, oh, it wasn't that good. But
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
yeah,
We had to try hopes.
I know. People said it was weird and good. It was just weird and shitty. Terrible.
Weird and good. Like,
I don't know where the
it was
applause
weird
came
in
from.
not a good way.
He's like, you should really be directing features and all this stuff. You're like good enough. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm good enough? I don't know anything. And he's like, dude, you should see the people that do this shit. They don't know any fucking thing.
And what's this for?
Directing TV. He works on
Oh.
TV shows.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's like, dude, they don't know anything about movies. People don't know shit about anything. Like, I don't know, James Wan is the right choice for this. They said they gave him a choice. He could direct anything he wanted. He chose Aquaman. What the fuck?
What?
I
I don't know where these people's heads are at. I don't know.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
He's totally off course on that.
So, tell me about Atlantis Society. Like, what do they do? What do they do there?
They swim around and guard things. They're always guarding things.
So they
And
can.
they needed the king.
Well, they can swim super fast, but they can also ride super fast fish that don't eat them, and they can.
They have vehicles.
They have vehicles. Where's the? I want to know where the industry is. Like, where's the factory that builds the fucking?
Yeah, but why do they need to? She's like, here's my vehicle, and he was like, well, I'm not getting in that. We don't need that. She's like, oh, we're gonna need it where we go.
Just shut up and get in.
No, we didn't need it. Like,
Right, just shut up and get in. So like, do they have like TV in Atlanta?
He flies.
I mean, maybe.
He flies through water like super fast. So why do they need a vehicle, and why do they need to get on their horses?
Oh, check this out. I walk up. The guy gives her flowers.
I was just thinking of the flower scene.
Where's the fucking money? The dude, like, what? He's just gonna give her his fucking flowers? Because
He's eating them.
because that happens.
Oh my god.
When the girl gave the girl the coin,
Oh.
to throw it in, and she made little water dolphins.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
like, wait. Aren't we like in a fight for our lives right now?
And you're like fucking around.
And
Yeah,
you're
she making water creatures.
animals for a 4-year-old, and then she brings the Pinocchio book back, and she's like, "Oh, you risked our lives for a book? Why am I watching this right now?" Like, Why are you?
I like the Pinocchio reference, actually. I like that he did that they jumped in the mouth of the whale.
No, that was fine. But the scene
Yeah.
where the little girl runs
gives
up
her the book.
and happens to give
it
her
happens to be
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio! And then he's like, oh, it was a book? Oh, shit.
Yeah, because
you're a fucking 2-year-old
Because
idiot.
4-year-olds,
Like, right? Like, you're not a grown human being, man. You're not 42 years old like you really are.
They all give away their favorite toys. And then by the way, they're like fighting to save the world and zillions of lives.
Right.
And she's going, huh? Oh my.
Oh, fuck me.
Instead of going, thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, and then her power is completely inconsistent. Who knows what
the
she can
powers
do?
are inconsistent.
Who knows what anyone can do? Who knows why is Aquaman stronger than the other ones? Why is he better than the other ones? How come he can't beat the dude? Okay, you got to take him on your terrain. Why did they raise the ship up? Why did he stay on the ship? Why didn't he jump in the water? Why would he fight him on his terrain? What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on?
Why is the giant sea creature there? How'd the giant sea creature come from under the ground?
I can visualize this whole thing. The writers are in this thing and they're writing and they're like, oh, we need something so we can show off.
But you're supposed to be like emotionally invested in the relationship with the mother. Were you? I wasn't. I'm supposed to be emotionally invested in the father's relationship with the mother. Were you? I wasn't. You're supposed to be emotionally invested in their relationship. How many? Are you? Did you even get that he liked her? I didn't get that he liked her. Did you get that she liked him? I didn't get that she liked him, other than oh, I just touched his hand. Oh.
Well, I could tell she was like looking at him, like, but it was just so.
They jump. She
goofy.
jumps. She leaves her home world.
Why did
And
they?
the man that
as
she was supposed to
queen.
marry.
As queen.
Why did they jump out of the plane?
Right. And they ripped
yeah.
it. They ripped the door off the plane, and the animals are just standing there. No, they're not going to be flying out the window.
Every animal on that thing will be fucking dead.
They're just standing there looking like, wow, they just jumped. Like, they make them think like even the animals.
Right, and
were
then Aquaman lets that dude die in the beginning. He just lets the dude's dad die in the beginning. Like, what? What? Who
You
does
killed
it?
innocent people.
No, you will die.
Now I'm gonna
Ask
kill you.
Ask the ocean for forgiveness.
Holy shit!
And by the way, Aquaman did kill a bunch of those guys. There's no way that he could throw these people against these
I
steel
know.
walls and have necks and
Why is he
brains
killing
be
people?
shattered
Why is
and
he
all that
killing
stuff.
people?
Well,
What? I don't get it. What happened to him? Why is he a murderer? I don't understand why Aquaman's a murderer. And then he's kicking ass, and thank God they were like, wait, how is he gonna be kicking ass like this? Oh, we got it. William Dafoe trained him.
And here's a convention. Only the high bloods
Can breathe. Oh.
So all you have to do is they come in these outfits like boom, boom. Ah!
You're so fucking funny. It's such bullshit.
You know what I mean? So bad.
Oh, and that's
It's just
horrendous too.
Just water just squirting out, and they're like,
What about the
Yeah.
dude that jumped in the toilet and everyone laughs at him jumping in the toilet?
Oh my God!
Well,
what
he's
was
fucked
that?
because he's not going to be able to pop out of there. Although they're right next to the ocean, you'd think they could hold their breath for 30 seconds and run and jump into the
off
fuck.
the cliff.
I mean, they can't be hurt. I mean, look, people just fucking get thrown through walls all the time. And Aquaman, was he totally indestructible? Is it, what are we to think? How does he swim that fast? Is it magic?
he swims faster than the fish or the machines that they ride. Why do they have fish or machines?
Exactly, dude.
And I was totally something else that totally brought me out of it was when they were going over the wall. It was there's two things. One is, the cannons are shooting so much. The way they did it looked to me like no one can survive that.
Right.
It's bullshit. But the real thing that took me out was as soon as he said, I thought you said we can't go over the walls, and she's like, shut up. I'm like, I see the whole writing. Now the writing jumps out of me. Oh, that's why they mentioned it the last
Yes,
time.
that's why they mentioned it earlier. They had to foreshadow.
Mother.
They had to foreshadow it. How dare you?
Dick.
Heavy-handed
And
foreshadowing.
the moment she said that, I'm like, yeah, they'll get over it. Yeah, the mom's still alive. Yeah, he's not dying. Like,
And why does the brother hate the one brother? Because he took my mom away?
yeah.
And he's a
Because of
hatred.
you, she died.
She died. Yeah.
Because,
Like, wait a minute, dude. That's a thought of 12.
yeah.
You're older than that.
You're the king, dude.
Yeah, I think you were educated now. And it's like this the society of Atlantis. It's like, oh, we're so educated. We're so, but yet we killed the queen because she had a bastard son, so
Yeah.
she deserved to die
She has to
in
die.
this elevated society.
Which do they have TV? Do they have writings? Do they have books?
They had technology way more advanced than we have right now, like 1,000 years more advanced, and they had it back in the day when we were still trying to figure out fire,
Right,
and yet they were gone with no trace.
right.
Mm.
And then and they had the ability to push all the trash onto the shore and our boats onto the shore.
Oh yeah.
Because who controls the water? They control the water? Who controls the water? I thought Mara controls the water. And why the fuck did she show up? And then when the water came, that was out of the fucking blue. They're just drinking, and all of a sudden she's like, yo, there's gonna be a war. And then the fucking water comes. And it fucking chases the car.
That was another thing.
The water chases the car.
Chasing the car, and then he's swimming to try and find his dad. Like, all this stuff is going on underwater. He can't find the truck.
He can't find his
the truck.
dad, really.
He's looking for his dad. Can't find the truck.
Right. Come on.
She's back. She left. But all of a sudden, she's back.
She's in with the
And
tide.
she knows right where the truck is.
Right where the fucking truck is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Parts the water.
Pulls that water right out Pop's mouth. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
And why is she pulling water out of him? You're
I
the
kept-
closest resource for water.
I kept on
Why are you
thinking,
pulling my water?
if
You have
Nicole
water?
Kidman was my mom, I'd be like, I want to fuck my mom. What's going on? Weird feelings about mom. She's basically my age, and
Yeah.
hot.
It's a little unrealistic.
Then they threw in the bar scene where they were like, "Are you the fish boy?"
The fish
The
boy.
fish man.
Yeah.
I want pictures. All right. If he was your idol, that's not the way he is. It's totally concocted for the fans.
That's so stupid, dude.
I'm fish man.
I guarantee you, on set they're like, "Oh, we'll do it this way," and then we'll think the audience will start thinking this
Yeah,
way.
it's like they put it together by just scene by scene.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
say that. This will sound cooler. The crowd will like
And
it.
then
Yeah,
and then,
the
then
crowd
you go
that
this
is
way,
8 to 15 years old, maybe.
and then the fans will love the fact that we tricked them with a stupid ploy that means nothing.
Dude, wow. Hey, man. Well, it just means that maybe I have a future. You know what I mean?
They're into it because you could have done that absolutely better.
I totally could have done that better, I think.
Yeah.
I would have just been like
Did Jason Wan do anything good before this?
The Conjuring. Do you see those movies?
No.